Welcome to MGM Home Entertainment's sneak peek at the Amityville Horror. The facts of the Amityville Horror all remain in this movie. A character played in the beginning named Ronnie DeFeo murders his entire family, and that for 1 year this house stays on the market and no one buys it. Rightfully so, because 6 murders had happened in it. When the police finally showed up at the house, they discovered that all the bodies were face down, execution style, and had not been moved at all. And it became an enormous debate on how a man could shoot 8 rounds from a Marlin rifle, which can be heard miles away, and not one person in the house woke up.
The house is great. Actually, it's funny because at the beginning of the movie, the actual people in the movie are almost secondary, ancillary characters to this house. That was something I found particularly interesting about the script was just the way the stage direction was set up. It was set up as such that the house became an actual character in the movie. So we see it, I mean, it has eyes and it has this sort of face to it.
It is the character in the film. Yeah, we're secondary to this house. I let the house take first credit, but that's cool.
I just found it creepy. There was just something about it that was off. The character I play, his name is George Lutz, and he's a stepdad to these 3 beautiful children, and he married into this family. Kathy Lutz is his wife.
She's a young mother of 3 from Long Island, and she's just a very loving, self-assured woman, great mother.
And they move into a home that's clearly experiencing some very, very, very strange paranormal activity, and all of this is based on true events.
They must have seen something. They must have gone through something because they never came back to the house to pick up one thing. They left and never came back.
The Lutzes were a family that were sort of a young upstart family that were looking to essentially cash in on a house that would, you know, be a little bit more affordable. They bought this house knowing what had happened there, and they decided as a group that they were okay with this, that they could move into this house and create their perfect American dream. George Lutz was also a caring family man when he moved into this house, and one of the things that he experienced was a tearing apart of this family that he knew.
George! George! Look what I found!
Where'd you get this?
In the basement.
Listen to me. You don't go down there. Understood? Understood!
He's slowly losing it. And you know, throughout the course of the movie, we start to find out why he's slowly losing it.
It's not so much that he's going crazy, it's just that this house is taking him over.
We're pretty much doing it more about the book, making this film more about the book, not the old film.
I remember that James Brolin had a burlier beard than I do now. That's about it.
Well, our hope is that you are seeing an Erie or Amityville. You know, audiences don't want to go to this movie and see exactly what they saw in the original. We want to add some things. And some things that have happened they couldn't technologically do when they filmed the first movie, and we're going to give the audience those things now.
George! George, help me! Hold on.
And when you come back in, run back in and slam it.
That hard?
That hard. You probably can't do it as hard as me.
Okay.
Andrew Douglas was a guy who we had determined was someone we wanted to work with long before we knew we were doing the Amityville Horror. And as soon as the rights closed, Andrew was the only guy that we went to make it. We felt that he had the ability to bring this creeping dread to this house.
You have a constant scare going through the entire film because you never know what's going to come around the corner.
It's a little scarier to me, you know, that this is something that actually happened, or this is, you know, a moment that came out later, or a revelation that they had after the fact.
There's that scare that's just like these people have no idea what's going to happen to them.